Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Reza Zulfikar with NIM 196. Will presenting about my answer on last test on philosophy class. First is theory of truth in science. There are four main theory of truth. First is correspondence theory of truth holds that a statement is true when it corresponds to an actual state of affairs in the world. Truth is therefore a matter of agreement between the proposition and the external fact it claims to describe, historically associated with realistic philosophers such as Plato, Aristotle, and later figures like Bertrand Russell. This view treats verification by observation or evidence by observation or evidence as the primary route to truth. A central issue for the correspondence theories is whether reality is independent and objective or shaped by the subjective idea, since the account of truth requires a stable notion of what the world out there actually is. In everyday use, the correspondence test is straightforward. A claim such as Surabaya is the capital of East Java is true precisely when the situation on the ground matches the proposition, and falsified when it does not. The strength of this approach lies in its direct link between language and observable reality, but it also raises philosophical questions about how we identify and access those facts, and whether all meaningful truth can be checked in this empirical way. Second is the coherence theory of truth defines truth not by direct empirical match but by logical fit within a system of belief, axioms, or postulates. A proposition is true if it coherent with other statements already accepted as true in that framework. In many fields, repeated empirical observation can solidify into axioms or postulates that then become the standard against which new claims are judged. Within such a closed system, internal consistency is the decisive criterion. For example, mathematical or religious systems rely on foundational propositions that render any contradictory claim incoherent. A claim that a triangle sum to 210 is rejected because it contradict that accepted postulate that they sum to 180. The coherence view therefore privileges systematic consistency and the avoidance of contradiction, and contrasts with correspondence by focusing on the logical integration of belief rather than direct factual verification. Its usefulness is particularly clear in formal disciplines, where internal rule and definition determine truth condition. Next theory is pragmatic theory. Look at truth in practical success. A belief or proposition is considered true insofar as acting on it produces beneficial or effective outcome in solving real problem. Unlike correspondence, which emphasizes empirical matching, and unlike coherence, which emphasizes logical consistency, pragmatism evaluates truth by the consequence of holding a belief and the utility it yields lived experience. This orientation allows pragmatic thinkers to treat even some metaphysical or normative claim as meaningful if their acceptance leads to desirable social or behavioral results. For example, a moral or religious claim may be regarded as practically true when it demonstrably reduces harmful behavior or improves social welfare. Pragmatism does then reframes the question is this true into the disbelief work, and is especially influential in applied domains, policy, technology, and social reform, where effectiveness and outcome often determine whether an idea is retained. Next theory is religious theory, or revealed truth bases its claim to authority on conformity with sacred texts, revelation, or doctrinal teaching. Within religious community, truth is often identified by alignment with divine guidance and the interpretive tradition that flow from it. For many believers, scripture and authoritative theological interpretation supply ultimate criteria for truth across moral, existential, and even empirical questions, and religious truth therefore function as an absolute standard for communal practice meaning. Examples include dietary laws or ritual prescription that are accepted as binding because they are derived from religious teaching, not because they are validated by independent empirical tests or systemic coherence. While religious epistemic norms operate differently from scientific method, they serve important roles in shaping value, identity, and behavior, and they answer questions of purpose and meaning that empirical inquiry do not directly address. Next is tools of scientific thinking. Scientific thinking depends on a set of interlocking cognitive tools, precise language, discipline logic, mathematics, and statistics that together make rigorous inquiry possible. Language functions as the symbolic and representational medium through which hypotheses are stated, methods are described, and results are communicated. Careful control of vocabulary and grammar reduce ambiguity and increase reproducibility. Logic provides the rules for valid inference, distinguishing sound deductive move from weaker inductive generalization, and allowing scientists to construct coherent argument and testable hypotheses. Mathematics supply an exact animative language for modeling relationship and making precise prediction, while statistics offer the formal apparatus to handle empirical variation, draw inductive inference from sample, quantify uncertainty, and evaluate whether observed patterns are likely to be real rather than due to change. Together, these tools allow researchers to formulate clear questions and derive implications and access evidence reliably. Neglecting any one of them weakens the overall capacity to produce robust scientific knowledge. Yeah, next is to rationalism versus empirism. To synthesize several central themes, rationalism and empirism offer contrasting accounts of how knowledge is acquired. Rationalism best priori reasoning and deduction from real principles, whereas empirism insists that sense experience and induction are the source of idea, and modern scientific practice typically combine both approaches by using reason to build hypotheses and observation to test them. Complementing this epistemic debate are three philosophical dimensions that shape an inquiry. Ontology asks what kinds of things exist and therefore what may legitimately be studied. Epistemology asks how we can know about those things and which method counts as justified knowledge. And axiology asks what values and purpose guide the pursuit and application of knowledge so that research serves ethical and social ends. Finally, when we rank source of knowledge in a practical hierarchy, tradition and authority often occupy the best as culturally inherited or expert-based claim that can be informative but needs scrutiny. Trial and error, contribute pragmatic, iterative learning, logical reasoning, supply deductive and inductive structure, and the scientific method with hypothesis formation, control testing, statistical evaluation, review, and reproducibility sits at the apex as the most systematic and reliable procedure for producing knowledge that is both testable and corrigable. Yeah, that's so the conclusion is multiple theory of truth coexist and serve different purpose. Empirical verification, internal verification, scientific thing uses precise language, logical structure, mathematics, and statistics. Rationalism and empirism offer complementary routes to knowledge. Ontology, epistemology, and axiology shape what we study, how we study it, and why. Islamization of knowledge is to integrate religious value in scientific method in various modern modes, verification, modernization, and new modernism. So that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.